Legin v SEMAJ has been beamed down to Earth from his faraway planet. His mission? To find out if intelligent life is common on Earth. And to carry out his mission, Legin v SEMAJ has found work in a ladies' hairdresser's shop in Vienna. And Legin v SEMAJ rides the 49 tram every day. And once every week, Legin v SEMAJ beams up a report to his faraway planet. Stardate 15/7/89/1474. Report number 12. Sunshine and Shadow. Languages down here on Earth can be very confusing, and English, as everyone knows, has not only words with many different meanings, but also very different words that basically say the very same thing. And shadow and shade are just two of these words. And shadow and shade have all to do with the sun. Put simply, there's shade where there's sun, and shadow where there's no sun at all. This is the rule. But of course, and as everyone knows, reality is something quite different. And sitting in the shade of a tree explains this quite nicely. The shadow of the tree is caused by the tree which is blocking the light of the sun, and because of this very simple fact, the shadow of the tree is the shade of the tree. Sitting in the shadow of a tree is something that's simply not said. Shade is correct and shadow is wrong. But not always. People in England who walk home at 4 after work in November will have very long shadows and not very long shades, even though it is they who are blocking the light of the sun, thus causing the shadow, which is really the shade if you stick to the rules. And if a dog were to stand in your path, he would be in your shadow and not in your shade. But whilst we're on about shadow and shade, the dog could easily lie in the shade of a tree when the weather is hot. But back to November. After dark, whilst running away, you can hide in the shadows, which is the opposite of shades, because the darkness of the shadows isn't caused by the non-arrival of the light from the sun, but instead by the darkness which is already there, because there is no light to light up the shadows. And if one were to light up the shadows with the light, there would be no shadows left and nowhere to hide. But of course things are different by day. I could hide in the shade of a tree for you to come by, or I could shadow you home after work. And now, shadow and shade have nothing to do with sunshine or darkness. And of course, if you were to find out I was shadowing you home, you could hide in the shade of a tree or lie low in the shadows. But shadow and shade are greatness as well. I can stand in your shadow because you're greater than me, and you're greater than me because I can't jump over my shadow and so have to stay in the shade. And trees? They too can't jump over their shadows because they are what they are, and in any case trees are fixed to one spot. So put on your shades and go into the sun and sit in the shade of an old apple tree. And now, to finish my report, here are some words of high wisdom from my faraway planet. An apple once plucked cannot be put back on the tree. See you next time. Yours, Legin v SEMAJ.